What up, world? It's your boy Doc, and I'm doing another album review. Now, I haven't done an album review in a minute, but I'm doing the album review for CD because she's my white wifey, so I actually dig her music. No judgments here. I'm old enough now to not be ashamed of it, damn it. But I'm talking about Britney Spears. Her new album, Britney Jean, is out in stores right now. People, this is her 8th studio album. It came out on December 3rd, the day after her 32nd birthday, so happy belated birthday to Britney, too. It's also her first album that had the parental advisory sticker, too. I was like, what kind of foolishness? But that's because of the song Work Bitch, basically. So, this is her 8th studio album. She's going to start a Vegas residency called Britney Piece of Me on December 27th, 2015. This might be her last album. She might be retiring basically because she's been doing some interviews lately and she's been hinting that she's going to be retiring after this album and after the residency. So we shall see how that happens, how that comes out to be. But this album, I would say, is one of her best albums up there with In the Zone and Blackout. Blackout will forever be like the top tier album of all times. That's like the modern pop album blueprint right there. But, you know, In the Zone 2 was so experimental and it was so different because she had songs like that with Yin Yang Twins. Like Britney and Yin Yang Twins, who would have thought? Britney and Madonna too. She snapped Madonna on the album, so that just shows you that, you know, that album was such a great album. But this album is really good too. So I'm gonna give my review on it, give you my take and everything on it, stuff like that too. So she hooked up with produce and she co-wrote every song on this album too. This is the deluxe edition, and she co-wrote every other 14 songs on this album. So that's a real good look too. Get those royalties, Brittany. Get those checks. Get money. So it kicks off with Alien, which is basically talking about how sometimes you feel alienated from the world because you're in this on this position where everybody's looking at you and you're not among everyone, but at the end of the day, you're not alienated. You're not alone. You are with us. In that sense. So it was produced by William Orbit, who did a lot of work with Madonna on her Ray of Light album, and some of the albums after that too. And it's a real cool song too. I can just I can see it that as a single potentially. Then the second song is Work Bitch, which of course is the motivational, inspirational bop that it is. Um, that song that song motivates me to get out and work out sometimes. If I feel like I'm eating too much and hear that song come on, I put my food away and I say, I gotta get to work. I don't call myself a bitch, but I do tell myself I gotta work. I'll use the edited version, work. So then track number 3 is Perfume that she wrote with Sia. And that song has grown on me a lot now. At first I was kind of against it, but it actually grew on me. It Should Be Easy featuring will.i.am. Now I don't like her vocals on this song because it does sound like she sounds like Farrah from Teen Mom, who tried to come out with that album. will.i.am kind of processed her vocals a little too much, but it's a cool song though. David Guetta co-produced the song as well, so it's a cool track. Tick Tick Boom. Now this is my joint right here. This has Ti on it. Like, who would have thought Britney and Ti would have done a song together? So I love this joint, and it should be the third single. And people have been hitting that it might be the third single too, because people have been pushing in her ear, in that Larry Rudolph's ear, and the Adam Leber's ear, and RCA's ears, that this should be the third single. So Tick Tick Boom might be that third, might be single number 3 from this album. Ti's verse is crazy. It has a little down south feel to it, a little bop to it, and Britney on her hood stuff on this one. So it's cool. I like ratchet Britney. I like hood Britney. I like urbany, as as people like to call it, urbany. So that's a cool track right there. It's like the modern version of I Got That Boom Boom with Yin Yang Twins from In the Zone. Anthony Preston produced that one. Then number 6 is Body Ache, which I can see as a single too, like overseas or something, or like a later single here in America. David Guetta and will.i.am on that one as well. A cool track up there. Till It's Gone, it's a post breakup song, which is cool too. I like that song. And then Passenger, Katy Perry, Sia, Britney, and Diplo wrote on that song, and Diplo produced it. So shout out to Philly Diplo. Um, I'm I'm trying to figure out why I was in that single number 2 over Perfume. I like that song over Perfume. I think that should be a single down the road too. When I saw that Katy Perry wrote on it, I was like, it makes sense because I can hear Katy on that song. I can just hear her singing it, and this is like Britney at her one of her best vocally too in a while. She's really showcasing her vocals on this song as well, as with a number of other songs on the album too. But that's one of my favorite songs too. It's talking about when you're in a relationship and sometimes you're used to just taking the lead and everything like that, and sometimes you just gotta let your guard down, just let someone else take the lead. You gotta trust them to have no regrets. Just let them take the lead and just see how good it'll feel. So that's a cool song right there. Then track number 9 is "Chilling with You" with Jamie Lynn, her little sister, who's not so little anymore. She's like 22 now, but this is a little urban bop too. I was like, what kind of bop is this? What kind of urban bop with a knock? The Freshman 3 co-produced it with will.i.am. And for those who's not familiar with the Freshman 3, they actually produced Love More for Chris Brown and Nicki Minaj, and they're also in the studio right now with Danny D. Kane. So there's some producers you gotta be on the lookout for real soon. Chilling with You is cool because you know it's just cool to see that them two working together. The two sisters. So that was cool. Don't Cry is like the farewell song on the album because the standard edition is only 10 songs. So this is the last song on the standard edition, and it's kind of like an underlying, way of Britney telling her fans don't cry because she's about to retire. In my opinion, Foster the People is on the song too. They're doing the little whistles in the song and everything like that too. So I like that song too. Britney's really showcasing her vocals on that one too. Brightest Morning Star, produced by Dr. Luke. This is the deluxe edition now. Dr. Luke did that one. Sia wrote on that one as well. Hold On Tight. That was one of the first songs she recorded for the album that she wrote with Cool Jack. And it's a cool, like, Britney's really showcasing her vocals on this song too. Like, I love her vocals on this album. Now That I Found You, the little guitar in the beginning, in the towards the end of the song, reminds me of like a techno version of a country hoedown. It just gives you a little country bop kind of feel to it or something like that. And then track 14 is Perfume, the Dreaming Mix, which is the original version of Perfume, where it wasn't the radio edit version where you had the little beats in it and everything like that. This one's stripped down, and just at your face, it's just stripped. So overall, this album is pretty cool. will.i.am, executive produced the album. He said he wasn't going to be co-producing any of the songs or producing any of the songs on here, but apparently he lied. And I was kind of against him being on this album too. I actually like Big Fat Bass. A lot of people kind of, threw shade at Big Fat Bass. I actually liked it though. But this album is really cool though because it's Britney's personal album. She wrote a lot on the album. This is the most she's written on the album since In the Zone. In the Zone, she did co-wrote like 8 or 9 songs on that album, and that's not even including the songs that were deluxe editions. And I'm pretty sure when she was supposed to be doing that album, the original Dolls, she wrote a lot on that album too. Because if you look at the song registries and everything like that for Blackout, the songs that they made the album, she wrote a lot of songs on there too that were very great songs too. So Britney's a good songwriter. You can't knock her for that. She's a good songwriter. We will forget about Dear Diary, but she's a good songwriter. Let's think about Every Time and all the other songs she's co-written on, and the songs that didn't come out on Blackout, that's on the demo versions of the album. She did good on those. And vocally too, like this is a real step up from Femme Fatale because Femme Fatale was a good album too. I'm still mad Inside Out was never a single, but this album, is so different from Femme Fatale because it is her in a more adult mood. She's adulty now. She's Brightest Morning Star too. She's catching the Holy Spirit. You see what I did there? Spirit. You see what I did? But yeah, she's that song is about God. So she's more mature now. She's in her 30s now. She's a mother of 2. Her sons are getting older. So it was bound for Britney to have a moment of adultness, of being more vulnerable to share certain things. After her breakup with Jason Treywick, and now she's in a new relationship with David Liccardo and everything like that. So it's cool to see Britney evolve so much over the years in her 15 years in this industry. And when she, I remember on Instagram and on Twitter when she had that recipe for album 8, when she said it was going to have a little bit of each of her albums, of her 7 albums to create album 8. It makes sense now too after listening to it so many times of Britney Jean. Like, has a piece of Baby One More Time because of the fact that her vocals are coming back from the Baby One More Time era. As far as what I mean is, when Britney first came out, like, you listen to her older stuff on her albums, like, that was her real voice. Before producers started telling her to baby her voice up or to sound more technology, whatever it is they want her to sound like. But she has a good, deeper, rich tone though. So you hear that in a lot of the songs on this album too. Like, she's coming back to her voice again. Um, and then Oops, I Did It Again. The cheesy moment is Chilling With You. That's Dear Diary. And those voice messages that was on the album, those conversations on the album that was Chilling With You. That's a cheesy moment right there. And then the Britney album is just that songwriting, because that's the album that we really got to see Britney's, doing a lot of songwriting on too. So there's the Britney aspect of it right there too, and we begin to see her personality on this album. And then In the Zone, because she's, experimenting with different stuff. She's, using different sounds and everything like that, and it's more moody and, things like that. Blackout, just because some of the dance tracks, I would say, more so because the dance tracks are kind of like next level. So as far as Blackout, it's never, nothing is ever going to touch Blackout, but it is Blackout. It's not part 2, but it is kind of there. Circus, because of we thought we was going to have a My Baby situation on here, but Brightest Morning Star, she's writing a song about God, so there's that moment there. And then Femme Fatale, because Work Bitch, Femme Fatale was like a strong title, like that album title alone is just a strong title. So when you say Femme Fatale, you think Work Bitch, so you got the Work Bitch right here. So that's, she really mastered the recipe of her albums, on this album 8 to make Britney Jean. I love this logo too, the heart and everything with being a graphic designer, I like stuff like this. And this is the best album artwork, like cover book she's had too ever. I like this bookwork that she has in here, the book and everything is very nice. Some very nice pictures too. But why RCA and graphic designer there? Why wasn't this the back of the album instead of this? And y'all spelled tight wrong too, whoever the graphic designer at Sony is. But this should have been the back. This has a track list right here. This should have been the back of the album. That's just my opinion, though, as a graphic designer, as a creative director, and everything like that. But make sure y'all pick up Britney Jean. It's in stores right now. It's a great album. You won't be disappointed. Don't listen to the haters. But check me out on the docreport.wordpress.com, twitter.com/MRDOC, Instagram at MR_DOC. And I'll check out another album review soon. So, peace.